Up YouTube. So I wanted to do something a little different. Obviously it's a lot different than my last couple of videos, but when we're talking about some of the topics that we've been talking about, I think that it's very important that preparedness is something that you guys are taking seriously, both physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all that type of stuff. We're headed for some uncertain times. I think time is short, and I think we should be doing everything that we possibly can be to just be getting ready for the end, the end times. So one thing that I've been trying to do I've been talking about is I've been wanting to make a garden. However, we don't have a lot of space in my backyard, and I think this is something that I've been kind of doing a little bit of research on, but it's called a container garden. And so basically, essentially, it's just putting fruits and vegetables. In my case, it's going to be mainly vegetables in a container. So I went to Lowe's, bought all this stuff. Right here, I have a 5-gallon plastic bucket, and the only thing I've done so far is at the bottom, I drilled holes with an electric drill all the way around the outside, and in the middle, this is drainage holes for obviously rain or water when you're watering your plants, or in my case, since they're going to be outside, obviously if it rains, you want to make sure that you don't drown the plant, so this will allow the water to drain out the bottom. So one of the first things you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get gravel. So I've got some gravel here. And you want basically roughly 2 inches. So I marked inside, you can't really see it, but inside I marked 2 inches. I measured it. So we're going to put about 2 inches of gravel. Out. The gravel is going to help with your drainage, and basically there's a combination of peat moss, I got some flower and vegetable garden soil with fertilizer, and then if you can find it, compost is also recommended. So the combination of the 3, you want to basically fill almost the rest of your bucket. You want to leave a couple inches at the top, which is what we're going to do here. They said that you want about an even mixture of the 2. In my case, I'm going to have to buy more peat moss, so I will probably, for the sake of this video, I'll probably be doing mainly the fertilizer and the soil. Again, this is specifically for garden and vegetables, so you don't want to go and get something for just plants. You want something that's going to be helping you enrich the actual plant, the actual vegetable. And in our case, we have some fertilizer in this already, so. Definitely going to need to buy more. I have 6 containers. I'm only going to do 1 for the sake of the video. have here, in this case, I'm gonna plant some onions. This is Seeds of Change, 100% organic yellow Spanish sweet onion. And I also have a bunch of other vegetables. I believe I have spinach, tomatoes, squash, beets. And what I did was I kind of looked up the best vegetables that specifically are grown in a container garden. And I specifically targeted those when I went to go buy my seeds. I also tried to get stuff that was vegetables that I like and the rest of my family likes. And I think that onions is one of my favorites. Pretty much put onion on everything. But it's saying to basically, in this case, it's also on the back, it's going to tell you how long it takes typically for harvest. It's also going to tell you your spacing. So for in this one, it's saying you want to put it about a 1/4 inch depth and a 5-inch space. So we'll see how many we got here. Trying to get an idea of 5 inches. And obviously you can just eye it. You don't really have to do this, but just to give myself an idea. And just kind of spread them around. I'm going to try again, like I said, try to keep 5 inches or so in my spacing at a 1/4 inch depth. Might be able to get a couple more in here. Onion. What I'm trying to do is keep a different bucket for every vegetable. So like I said, I have a total of 6 buckets. So I'm going to bring the rest of them out here and do basically the same thing I just did. You got your holes on the bottom for drainage. You got your gravel at the very bottom of your bucket for to help with drainage. And then a combination of your soil, your peat moss, and if you have it, compost. I didn't find any when I was there. I'm not sure if they sell it or if they were just out of it. However, I've also seen other tutorials where compost wasn't even used. So I think that's just for ideal situations. Obviously, the better, the more you have, the better that it's going to grow. But this should work just fine the way I have it. And most of these vegetables harvest between like 50 to 60 to 70 days or so is when you should be able to have your vegetables. So this is a long-term thing. It's not something that you're just going to plant and then within days you got some food. But again, preparedness it's not just with this. There should be other methods of food that you have. For me, I have lots of different options. I have MREs. I also have freeze-dried food. We've done some canning. So I have like beans and rice and stuff like that that's canned. And obviously other options like you have, canned food. last a long time. So, like I said, I have bags of rice and different things like that will last a much longer time than normal food, like that's in a fridge or a freezer, or even in a closet. And just having a lot of different options. So it's something that you should definitely have a lot of. I also have a lot of water stored up and different ways to filter water. So being able to, even on the go, to have different ways to filter water, from a Catadine water filter to, a Life Straw. Those are great. Have those. Also, different tablets and stuff like that. So, other ways to purify water, should you need to do that. But it's definitely important to make sure you have your food and your water squared away. If something happens and the grid goes down, an emergency, anything like that, you're not going to be able to rely on electricity. So a way to cook food would also be very useful. So we have a couple of the portable stoves with the butane fuel, should we need to be able to cook, and we don't have electricity. Obviously, I can get into a video with more of different items that I think are useful, but like I said, this is kind of a vegetable garden, so food and water is really important. It's important to have that preparedness squared away more than probably anything. And I'll also show you, I just purchased a 55-gallon drum for water, so I'm going to make another video of filling that up, and kind of the steps that you kind of need to do to make sure that it's, that you're preserving that water for a long period of time. But I'll get into that more later. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Real simple, an easy way for you to create a garden, especially if you don't have a lot of space. And this is it's easy, it's transportable. So if you move, or if you need to move to another location, whereas if it's in the ground, you don't really have that option. You either harvest it or you leave it. But you can't really move it with this. Obviously, it's in a bucket, easily picked up and moved. So it's another really great thing with a container garden. And like I said, once I'm done, I'll probably shoot another video with all 6 of them showing you the setup. Just kind of going to leave it outside so it gets plenty of sunlight. Make sure you're watering it every day. Right now, like I said, I'm in Florida. We've been getting rain every single day, so another reason it's important to have the drainage holes, because you don't want to drown the plant. But like I said, come out here every day, make sure you're watering it every day. If it's raining, then you probably don't need to worry about it, but if it's not raining, then make sure you get out there and water it. And that's it. Sunlight, water, and it's good to go. And then hopefully in about 2 months or so, you'll be able to harvest your vegetables and you'll have food. Not tainted, genetically modified food. It's food from your own backyard that you can trust. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any comments for me, any suggestions, let me know in the comments section. Thanks.